Jintaridth, expert in acid soils. Today is a great day. Let us celebrate the World Soil Day. Thank you. Back to you, Maicha.
Thank you, sir. Let me go back to the slides. So before starting the webinar, I would like to briefly talk about the history of CIRDAP. CIRDAP is a regional intergovernmental organization established at 1979, and it has 15 member countries so far across the Asia-Pacific region. Bangladesh is the host state, and CIRDAP works through its contact ministries and link institutions in the member countries. It works to promote regional cooperation on the integrated rural development and poverty alleviation sectors. Before handing over to Dr. Bunjirtluk, I would just mention quickly a few points. We would love to hear where you have joined us from, so please share with us in the chat box your name and where you're from. If you have any questions or opinions, you're welcome to share them in the chat box. We also have a question answer session following Dr. Bunjirtluk's presentation, so you can also directly ask your question. But during the presentation, I would like to request you to mute the audio so that we can clearly hear from our presenter. Now let's hand it over to Dr. Bunjirtluk, and here is our poster for today's webinar. So I'm handing it to Dr. Bunjirtluk, who is an expert in the acid soils, and she works in research and development for Thailand's Land Management Division for the Land Development Department. Welcome, Dr. Bunjirtluk. The floor is yours.
Okay, thank you so much. And let me share my screen now. Okay, good morning, all participants. Before I give the presentation, I, in the name of Land Development Department, Ministry of Agricultural and Cooperative, Thailand, would like to thank CIRDAP for the good opportunity to give us the presentation in the World Soil Day 2021. We are all soil scientists and also people around the world are going to celebrate for today. Let me present a short brief in the history of the World Soil Day before we go to the title of the Innovation Solutions to Soils for Long-Term Food Security and Sustainable Ecosystem. World Soil Day is held annually on the 5th December. His Majesty the King's birthday anniversary, as means to focus attention on the importance of healthy soil and advocating for the sustainable management of soil resources. An international day to celebrate soil was recommended by the International Union of Soil Science and USS in 2002. The FAO conference unanimously endorsed World Soil Day in June 2013 and requested its official adoption at the 68th UN General Assembly. This picture will show His Majesty King Bhumibol Adulyadej, King Rama IX, granted Dr. Stephen Northcliffe, Executive Director and former Secretary General of IUSS, to have an audience with the royalty in order to present Humanitarian Soil Scientist Award. This year's Majesty the King's birthday anniversary was requested to Thai monarch to World Soil Day to praise his honor, showing interest in science of soil and success of sustainable soil management. This picture, you will see that he is interested in the soil and water conservation for sustainable land management. And he also gave the inspiration to the people to concern on their own land for sustainable agriculture. This picture shows the royal activities. And this year, the World Soil Day 2021 and its campaign, Hot Soil Salinization Boosts Soil Productivity. Soil salinization and certification are the major land soil degradation processes threatening ecosystem and are recognized as being among the most important problems at the global level for the agricultural production, food security, and sustainability in arid and semi-arid regions. The objective of this theme is to raise awareness of soil resources in various dimensions important to the ecosystem and encouraging societies to improve soil health. This slide will show and this presentation. I would like to raise up the case study in Thung Khura Ronghai. The historical perspective with research and development within region of Northeast Thailand. In general, the distribution of soil-affected soil is this I will show you the area of the soil-affected soil. Northeast saline soil. Salts are derived from the rock salt, strata, and sandstone and shale and saline groundwater. And coastal saline soil is around here. Most of these soils are derived from marine deposits. And another area around here in the center plain saline soils. Soils are derived from underland old marine deposits. And the Thung Khura Ronghai is around here in the northeast saline soil. Soils are derived from rock, salt, strata, sandstone, and shale, and saline groundwater. Thung Khura Ronghai history. In 1971, Thung Khura Ronghai was surveyed. In 1977, an operation center was established. In 1979, the project of Thung Khura Ronghai development was initiated and was included in the model scheme according to the resolution of the Council of Ministers. Thung Khura Ronghai is a vast plateau covering about 336,000 hectares in Surin, Mahasarakham, Srisaket, Roi Et, Yasothon, and Yasothon provinces. Upon traveling in Thung Khura Ronghai for the first time, the condition over there was found to be like this: no water coming from the sky. There is only sand in the soil. For area and terrain condition cover the area of 336,000 hectares with soil is alkaline soil, acid soil, and infertile. Soil lacks of organic matter. In the past, transparent rice seedling here required bamboo stick to poke into the soil because the soil was very sandy and the production is very low, resulting in a low income later on. The water in the rainy season, the area is flooded all over the place. Rice cannot be grown. This is due to the fact that the area in Thung Khura Ronghai covering about 64,000 to 80,000 hectares in the Pan Basin. What is in dry season? This is very dry. Cow cannot access the area because they will get stuck in the sand. And in the rainy season, they will get stuck in the mud too.
Excuse me, Dr. Bunjirtluk, could you please have a full full screen presentation, please.
Yeah.
At the moment, it's not a full screen.
And how to show full screen?
It's a slideshow button at the bottom.
At the bottom, in the right one?
Slideshow button, the first one from the right, at the very bottom near the 62%.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, that one.
Okay, thank you so much. What about the productivity of rice? Accounts for 36 kilograms per hectare. Economic conditions depend on sales, such as fish, salt, and cows. Rice is for consumption only. The summary of the Sungkun Kulawanghai primary data and planning land use consists of water resources are required. Land development is required. Roads must be built for the access because it cannot be reached. Land tenure require reform, and mostly agriculture are rice farming and animal culture. Centralized policy and decentralized operation is only one policy to achieve the Chungkula-Longhai development. In any case, several sectors must operate together. Problem of Chungkula-Longhai with doing rice farming. Most of the people are farmers and do rice farming only based on rainwater. At the Chungkula-Longhai, the average amount rainfall around 1,300 millimeters. For the rain condition, this area is plain with a large pan basin sloping down from the west to east with very low gradient, and this type of terrain, which is flat like this. When it fails to heavy rainfall in the rainy season, the waterlogging problem occurs in the paddy field for a long time, causing flood to occur, damaging rice seedling or rice plants grown in the paddy field. The fact of the flood and drought occur alternately. Therefore, doing rice farming commercially is not effective. It is one of the reasons why economic downfall occurs throughout. The soil is infertile because of the topsoil is very sandy, mostly a lack of organic matter. Moreover, part of it is alkali condition and having alkali soil tend to spread more. This is because Chungkula-Longhai lies on Mahasarakham strata, which is the salt strata. What do we do to improve the farmland? Build a system of controlling soil surface excessive water drainage. This excessive water causes flood to occur. Therefore, a water storing pool and a dam in a water distribution canal functioning were built. Construct the communication system at the paddy field level or roads in paddy field. As a result, this made it convenient and economical for transporting factor of production such as good variety of rice, fertilizer, and chemical fertilizer to the paddy field. The cropping system will lead to building additional incomes enough for living, such as growing eucalyptus on the farm dike. Eucalyptus not only good for the farm dike, but also eucalyptus can lower the groundwater level that will decrease the salt problem. Using windbreak during the development period. Oops, sorry. Oops.
the moment we lost the connection. Let us wait for a while. I hope that we can get
Dr. Bunjirtluk, you can share your screen
Secretary.
now.
Hello, hello, hello.
You can start. You can resume your presentation.
Okay.
Okay.
Madam, you can share your screen.
I share my screen now.
Yes.
Okay. Hello. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can see the presentation.
Okay, we start from here, okay? What we do to improve the farmland? Build the system of controlling soil surface and excessive water drainage. Because of therefore, a water storing pool and a dam in a water distribution canal functioning were built. The second one, construct the combination system at the paddy field level or rows in the paddy field. As a result, this makes it convenient and economical for transporting factors of production such as good varieties of rice, fertilizer, and chemical required to the paddy field. The third one is the cropping system, really to building additional income enough for the living, such as growing eucalyptus on the farm dike. Number 4, using the window during the development period. We can reduce the speed of wind blowing the past to the area. It can help reduce evapotranspiration and water evaporation. That is making the alkali soil reduce its severity. The alkali soil in Jintaridth has reduced from before to 12, 15, 17, and 27% respectively. Fifth, we use the soil amendments after harvesting, and there should be plowing up and over. And six, for making manure, cows should be raised for leaving them in Jintaridth in order to increase organic matter in the soil in a way of manure is used to apply in the paddy field. Green manure used in this area too, such as sunworm, suspended rostrator, jack bean for soil amendment. Husk should be used to adjust structure, which is very compact and solving the problem of alkali soil in Jintaridth. Chemical fertilizers are used to increase deficient nutrients along with the apply the biological organic fertilizer. This one, the picture of suspended rostrator is the best green manure in this area. This one we use vetiver around the trees. Vetiver grass can like increase the soil moisture and decrease the evaporation from the soil. And this we use the organic fertilizer, organic fertilizer in the soil too. We teach the farmers to do bioorganic fertilizer. This one you see the picture of before and after we improve the Chung Kra Rong Hai area. The effective management success, the work of the improving the farmland area has given an opportunity to the people of Chung Kra Rong Hai to be able to expand their production. They can upgrade doing rice farming to be integrated agriculture according to the guideline of the philosophy of sufficient economy of His Majesty the King Bhumibol Adulyadej. This picture shows that His Majesty King Bhumibol Adulyadej, King Rama IX observed the progress of Chung Kra Rong Hai in the past. Present, His Majesty Maha Vajiralongkorn, King Rama X, also proceeds to observe the progress of Chung Kra Rong Hai continuously. Her Royal Highness Princess Mahachakri Sirinthorn also proceeds to observe the progress of Chung Kra Rong Hai. In present, the product of Thai jasmine rice, our official name is Thai Hom Mali, from Chung Kra Rong Hai is the best fragrant rice in the world. Apart from the fact that there are increasing products, it is registered and certified in terms of GI production sources. Organic jasmine rice has been developed. QR code has been used to trace back products of some areas are not sold domestically because they are all exported to the foreign countries. This one I show you that Thai Hom Mali rice is the 6th-time winner of the World Best Award in 2009, 2010, 2014, 2016, 2017, and 2020. This from the Chung Kra Rong Hai area. Okay, I would like to show you the events of the World Soil Day 2021, which has been held during the 2nd to 5th of December 2021 in this year. This picture, Her Royal Highness Princess Mahachakri Sirinthorn opened the events of World Soil Day at Chung Kra Rong Hai, Roi Et Province. Yes, I would like to show you the awarding ceremony will take place in the Bangkok on the 2nd December and will be presided by Her Royal Highness Princess Mahachakri Sirinthorn of Thailand. The ambassador of Nigeria to the Thailand will receive the medal of the winner of the medal of the World Soil Day. And then you will see that the winner from the Nigeria Institute of Soil Science from Nigeria for its commitment to the raising awareness of the importance of the healthy soil, which address soil biodiversity under the theme of the World Soil Day 2020. Keep soil alive, protect soil biodiversity. This one, I will show you during the exhibition, the Princess Sirinthorn to look at the board in the exhibition of the World Soil Day, and this picture, Princess Sirinthorn has provided 1,000 soil test kits to the UN Food and Agriculture Organization (FAO) to help to prevent soil salinization and boost soil productivity in the regions. And also Princess Silintan looked at the display board of the soil doctor Go Inter. And this picture shows the soil doctors and students came to the exhibition related to soil salinization. And thank you for your attention. This picture is surrounding in the Jintaridth in Riyadh area. This is during the day and during the night. Thank you for your attention. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Bunjirtluk, for your interesting presentation. Now we would like to have a question and answer session. So I'd like to invite participants to ask some questions. So please, we are open for your questions.
Hello.
Professor Dimen, please.
Yeah. Dr. Bunjirtluk, do you have any social and economic information about the improvement of the livelihood of the farmers in Kula Ronghai? You know, we're talking about issues of poverty, and this is a very poor area. I should just say I am in Thailand, Royet.
Yes.
And of course, it's an area which is the poorest of Royet because of the salinity, although the whole area is underlain by the Mahasarakam or very sandy Royet soils.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you've given us a picture,
Yes.
of this excellent, well, I like to think excellent project.
Mm-hmm.
I will put my cards on the table. I was also an advisor to the Royal Projects at one point in 1988, that sort of period. But I never saw the activities at Kula Ronghai, and it's very exciting for me to see what you've just shown us. But the evidence
Yes.
of impact upon the rural poor, particularly you're talking about livestock rearing. Well, livestock rearing in northeast Thailand has got a sort of checkered history. It tends to be mainly in the hands of the rather better off farmers.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the livestock, being fed on what. So I'm looking for the socioeconomic impact information. You've given us the soil information, but you say this is leading to sustainable ecosystem development, food security. Evidence, please.
Yes.
มีข้อมูลไหมด้านเศรษฐกิจสังคม
Thank you so much for your question. However, for the Thungkura Ronghai right now, if comparing in the past, it's increased economic growth. However, I don't have any the economic data, but however, I have only the cost of the area around that area is how to say, it's one way anyway, I didn't calculate for the hectare I have in the unit from the Thai baht, Thai currency is in baht. In Thailand, the first time is around 800 baht per ride. 800 baht is around anyway, it's in.
Well, now $12.
$27.
And now it's 50,000 baht per ride. It's increased around 20 times. That's the increase of the area, the land area cost. So it means that the economy is increased and the fertility of the land improved. Yes.
Yes, very good. Sounds excellent.
Yes.
And other socioeconomic indicators, like, for instance, the northeast of Thailand, and particularly those provinces are, dare I say, notorious for out-migration. And when I was working in Thailand a couple of years ago, particularly in relation to the, what do we call it, new theory agriculture, the real problem was that the aging of the rural population. People in Khon Kaen and an old colleague of mine, Jonathan Rigg in the University of Bristol, have written about this issue, the aging of the farming population in Thailand, which makes these sorts of projects quite difficult to operate. Has migration reduced? Have young people in particular found a good livelihood in the new agricultural economy of northeast of the Kularong Hai? I mean, you showed some pictures of school children. Yes. What's their future? What's their future?
Yes, it's their future. So look at we have not only I'm sorry about that. Sorry about this. So yes, I have the students. Now we try in Thailand. We try to teach them to go back after they graduate, go back to their own land, to in agricultural part. Because that you think that in many years ago they moved from their own land to the capital city, and I left the old people over there. So now we have the policy that bring them back to their own land, and not only that, we have a young volunteer soil doctor and in the program, and not only the soil doctor only for the adult, but we have also for the children, and we have the policy, the strong policy, one tambon, one location, how to say, one village, and one mutually. After the COVID-19, the government think that we have to spread out the philosophy, this philosophy of the King Ramanai to all over the country. That is our policy. Yes. Now yes. Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
Dr. Bunjirtluk, I understand that the question raised by Professor Dimen is on the current situation in Thung Kularong Hai in terms of socio-economic status, because you see that during the last 2 years we are facing with the COVID pandemic, and perhaps some people return back home and do some activities at home and utilize the lands for agriculture production, because this is the main profession of people
Yes.
in Tung
And
Kura.
Yes, also this policy.
yeah, but I think, no, go on, please. Turn cap.
So do you have any kind of monitoring mechanism on the current situation in the rural area? That may be the question.
Yeah, we have it, but however, it's belong to another department, like economic department, agricultural economic department. We did not monitoring. For me, I did not monitoring in Chunkura Ronghai. But anyway, we have data in over there.
Yeah, but you're talking about sustainability and food security. Where's the evidence?
Yeah.
I mean, the organic rice is a very good movement in some ways,
Yes.
which extends across Surin and Royet and Yasothon. It's been promoted widely, and it's very high value, potentially, as you say, for export.
Yes. Yes, we export.
Now, this should be offering livelihood, as you've suggested, but that improved livelihood, particularly in the context of unemployment, partly related to COVID-19 in the Northeast, should encourage younger people to go back. And, you know, we've been talking about some in the rural development context, we talk about something called agro-territoriality, which means trying to produce things that people in local areas will consume. That's also an element of it, the local economy development. So I'm just wondering whether there is any sign that the apparent success of the Kula Ronghai project has attracted young people back to the countryside to reverse the sort of trends that some of our research colleagues have observed of aging of the population. It's very difficult when the average age is nearly 60 to develop these sorts of areas now.
So, yes.
ก็อย่างนั้นอยากจะได้ข้อมูลนะครับนะ
ค่ะข้อมูลตอนนี้นะคะ in our opinion now, I don't have the data. I mean, for the.
Can I interrupt here for a minute, Chasak?
Okay.
Yeah.
Please.
I want to say something more in general. I think Dr. Bunjirtluk is a very specialist scientist. I think actually I learned a lot from Soy's talk today, although I'm not the least interested or know anything about soy except planting a few things at home here in my garden soil, you see, and some of which fail very badly. She mentioned about Tom Hom Mali rice, which we eat all the time at home, and I didn't know it came from this very poor area, and it was the King's project. So I thought, yes, at least I learned something, you know. That was very worth it. I don't think Dr. Bunjirtluk would have the complete information which Dr. Daman wants to know, because she's not a specialist in that area. She's not a social scientist. So probably the information is there. In what form and how extensive, or whether it's successful, how successful or not successful, the information probably could be found in other what you call departments. All right, so that's one point I want to make. The second point is this, which I think both of you and also the speaker has alluded to, is the advent of COVID. I think COVID-19 in the last 2 years, and it has affected everything from agriculture right down to your computer science. I think what is important here is you have to go back to the governments, the people in charge, the policymaker. Maybe this is the time to think very seriously a whole shift, a paradigm shift in agriculture, just like Elon Musk has also thought about the electric car. I have seen his electric car in Singapore. It's a fantastic one, you know, and he has a different concept about what an electric car is. So maybe you have to rethink that. You have to go back and say that countries, and I actually envy them, countries like Thailand, you have plenty of land, you know, but somehow your young people want to go to Bangkok because of the attractions there. Yes, but that was a past paradigm. Tourism is not going to be the number one anymore. There are too many constraints, too difficult to re-establish it. Back to the pre-COVID era, you can't just go in and do it. So I think if you have agriculture and the type of agriculture which Dr. Bunjirtluk has mentioned, this kind of thing, more of this, bigger, smaller, tailored to social conditions, physical conditions, to people coming back from the cities. I think this will be good. And this will establish the strength, not only of the country, this will also solve to some extent your food security problem, your unemployment problem, adaptation to climate change, and a lot of other things. But you need your, what do you call, your policymakers. You know, I have to advise your military men, they have to rethink carefully, you know, not just military security, it's a social and economic security, as well as political security. And I think the chance to change is now, because COVID-19 is going to be one of many to come, whatever you want to call it. This kind of, I call abrupt disruptions, you see, very, very abrupt. It hit you below the belt, and you can't. It's no point going back. Let's say, let the young people, let's say most of them go back to Bangkok again because tourism is coming up. What happens if the next epidemic comes along or something similar? I don't think you can take it anymore. So I think this is the best chance. I think the legacy left by the late king, I admire him a lot. You know, he left a fantastic legacy, and some of these things should be multiplied, should be modified. You know, and they are very, very useful. You know, even on different scales. The only thing I probably want to later on get the email of Dr. Bunjirtluk, because I want to ask him some very specific soil problems regarding my soils at home. And I cannot grow my vegetables successfully. Probably have to do with salinity.
Dr. Churchsack.
You know,
The church
that
side.
helping, you know. So I think that's what I want to say. The first thing is I think the speaker cannot supply all the information that Dr. Burhan wants. Two, I think this is the time. I think today's Soils Day talk is a very pertinent one. It's not just about soils. I think it's about this awareness of this COVID-19 and how we can diversify, you know, pull the people back, make them settle in the country. And yes, the younger people, if I have a piece of land like you have in Thailand, I will go to Thailand and settle down and plant rice or some other vegetable. And the other thing you must notice, you can now incorporate things like computers, I don't know, all this digital kind of thing into agriculture. You think about it, it can be done, you see. You know, so think about that. What they call hot houses or whatever you have, you know. So, and you can have regulate the rain, regulate the water, regulate the sunshine using your computers. So you have to bring in all these people in there, and then you have a very flourishing kind of agriculture. That's all I want to say, but that's the future. It's our young people.
Professor Wongpopo, thank you for your intervention. I have to come back to Professor Demane question because I think that the question is relevant to today concerning socioeconomic status, because you know that today is the World Soil Day, and the Department of Land Development has role to play to integrate multi-ministry in order to understand the importance of this day. And I believe that she also at the high level at the department, she communicate widely with the policy maker and also on the ground. So she should have a comprehensive knowledge on that. So I think that the question is okay to answer, not specifically on the soil, but also the connected issues. Okay. Professor Demane, do you satisfy with the answer?
Yes. But could I add just slightly tongue-in-cheek, Dr. Church?
May I also give opportunity to others, because there is a few questions in the chat box. One from Ms. Nahathai Chaikla on the impact of the climate change, the drought during the dry season and the flood during the rainy season in Tungula Ronghai, and the situation repeat every year. So she asked if Dr. Bunjirtluk can explain the management of water in this region. So please. Dr. Bunjirtluk, please.
Hello, yes. So let me explain a little bit to just a question that before. I'm a soil scientist, but I'm not a agricultural economic. So that's why when asked about the economic, I don't have any data for the information that can answer about the economic in the area. Because today the presentation is I would like to talking about the innovation solution to soils for long-term food security and sustainable ecosystem. I mean that I would like to raise up the problem of the soil in Tungula Ronghai, that the very problem before. But when the past goes by, the innovation solution to the soil is changed, and it will be better and better because of that I told you that because of the policy and the policy of the centralized policy and decentralized operation. And we said that in this area, the most important thing is we must operate together, not only in every part of the organization and every part of the government official, we work together. And not only that, and the royal family, we go they pay attention in this area. So that's why 30 years from now, from up in the past and to now, it will be better a lot and will be very good, and that Thailand can export the best Thai jasmine rice in the world. So that's why I would like to talking about the research like that. So yes. Okay, the next question, please. You're talking about the irrigation, right? So the irrigation area, we use many kind of the method. For example, because in this area we have the low quality of irrigation water and inefficiency and inadequate drainage, right? So we use the system of the pole system. We use the system of the, how to say, and they use the plant that is about the eucalyptus and some like the acacia to grow on the dike, because of those plants can decrease the groundwater level because of they will absorb, pull the water from the ground, right? That is a salt area, and then the groundwater level decrease. So the land right now can grow rice and many kind of plants. And another thing that we use for the infrastructure of the drainage system. Yes.
Thank you very much. But you said one of the tree that they plant on the dike is eucalyptus tree.
Yes.
Is that a kind of a tree that drain the water from the soil? I mean, is it from what I heard, from what I study, but I'm not like specialized in that.
Yeah.
But eucalyptus tend to make the soil worse. Tend to fertilize the soil. Is that a good choice?
It's a not eucalyptus. Not only you see it in the picture, the last picture. Not only the eucalyptus can decrease the groundwater level, right? Because of they can pull the water, and then they pull the water to grow up for the eucalyptus itself, and also they can use like a windbreak. Windbreak means that you decrease the evapotranspiration from the soil, right? In this area, the wind is so very little and very hard, very strong wind. So we use the eucalyptus as a windbreak. So windbreak can decrease the evapotranspiration from the soil. So evapotranspiration, when no windbreak, the groundwater, you observe that the groundwater when up to the surface, they will bring the salt and water itself to the surface. So the first surface from the surface to 30 centimeter. If they consist of the salt too much, it will be destroy the plants. So that's why we use the windbreak to decrease the groundwater and also decrease the evapotranspiration. But it really help a lot.
Okay, thank you. But
Dr. Bunjirtluk, could you please stop sharing so that we can see you clearly?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you for the question. And now do we have like enough water? Because the water management, meaning during dry season we have enough water, and during rainy season we don't have flood. Do we have any development on the water management in terms of the manage to have enough water throughout the year? Do we have that any other project that you know of going on in Thunhualarongrai area?
Right now in the area we have the ponds.
Okay, and that works effectively, or like enough to keep the water throughout the year?
Because we will build the system of surface water drainage, right? We have the water storing pools and a dam and construct, yes. That we have the very
So you would say you have enough water throughout the year. But, are you familiar with Khok Nong Na project?
Khok Nong Na is not the Khok Nong Na project is the.
Is there any project implemented in Thung Kularong area? Any Khok Nong Na project?
Yeah, in some area we use that. In some area. Because that's the philosophy of the king, right?
Yeah, one of 40 theory that he had.
Yeah. Yes, and
so yeah, one of.
Yeah.
May I?
Yes, please.
May I?
Professor Dimen, there is one person asked for Dr. Pakon, right? Okay. Please, Dr. Pakon.
Good afternoon, everybody. Yeah, my name is Pakon. I would like to share my activity since 2014, 2015. I work at the Royal as a head of the fishery officer and join with the work in Thung Kularong Hai in terms of the aquaculture. So we try to promote organic agriculture by use the fish we call pla lot. Pla lot is the native in Isan area, but very special in Royal, especially in Thung Kularong Hai. So we use the pla lot as the indicator to show that the soil condition or everything is no pesticide, is organic agriculture. That is a way that all the farmer help each other by advice of the government officer, every department. So thank you very much for doctor to continue the project. Right now I am retired, but anyway, I still follow the work in Thung Kularong Hai, and I can commit to you that every person of the Department of Fishery still keep on working in the Thung Kularong Hai, especially the way after you make the irrigation, because of we have to reduce the salinity. So the water that drain from the paddy field, we have some salinity. We are trying to grow some kind of fish that tolerate in the salinity. This is a progress from there until now, and I appreciate everybody work and hope to see more further successful. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Pakon. Any response, Dr. Bunjirtluk, please?
Yes, and thank you so much, Dr. Pakon. And I just from the Thung Kularong Hai, and now Prakot is very famous in Riot, and like everybody when come to the Riot have to eat it, and I recommend it. It's very good. Thank you so much, Dr. Pakon.
May I?
Okay, now Professor Dimen, please.
I was going to, Dr. Churchstack, I was going to ask about fisheries, because what Dr. Pakon has just said is a very good example of what you're talking about in terms of developing the local economy. The pla lot of Royet is a specialist product from that area. And indeed, the processing of fish from this area may be very useful as a local product. Plasson, saltfish, and tilapia, of course, can grow in somewhat saline conditions. Somewhat. So there are maybe different options in different areas. But the idea of two Kong, Plalot Royet, just like organic rice, is the example of what you're talking about for restoring, revitalizing the local economy. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Any questions, please? We still have time. Almost 25 minutes, please.
Professor Hilal, you can unmute yourself.
We have still 25 minutes to
Okay,
go.
I have a couple of questions.
Okay.
Should I?
Professor Hilal, please introduce yourself and then ask.
As you said, I'm a professor and I'm Director of Research CIRDAP, and my name is Mohammad Hilaluddin. So that's all. My question is like, I know that presenter is a scientist and there are limitations about what she's presenting here and her conclusions. One question from me is like relative importance of private motivation and awareness versus government policies or public policies. As I see, like sometimes like there is good agricultural practices. Good agricultural practices is to ensure the product quality and also like to add to the value of a product. And sometimes it may help livelihood, it may not help livelihood. Sometimes like some good practices, it may help soil quality or product quality, but it may not help food security focus. But sometimes it's food security is availability of adequate food. And in the very short term, sometimes you may not go with the good practices. For example, the problem that Sri Lanka is now facing, they had a focus toward organic agriculture. So it was in a very short span of time, there was a high focus on organic agriculture. So as a result, what happened, there was a drop in production. It's part of the story. Now, my question is like soil quality, if I set aside like livelihood focus, if I set aside food security focus, and even good agricultural practices, from the point of public or government, there's interaction about water management policy, solid waste management policy, industrial waste policies. For example, in Bangladesh, rivers around Dhaka city, all are polluted. And all agricultural activities and soil, in the neighborhood, they are contaminated. This is one. So it cannot be addressed by private parties. Another thing is like, I see one similar condition in Thailand, like floodplain land. In floodplain land, like say dry season and rainy season. Now, say I am educated and I'm aware that I should have a good practice for my soil quality in my land. Now, during rainy season, if everybody else, they do not care about chemical use, pesticide use, and so on. So they are kind of like polluting their soil. And during rainy season, even though I am a good practitioner, my land is affected by their practices. So I am aware. So if government doesn't regulate others' practices, then individually my practice cannot help much. So I may lose my encouragement, or I may have less incentive to practice this unilaterally. So that's why I'm saying like, and sometimes like say in coastal areas in Bangladesh, salinity is a big problem, it's increasing. So individual practices, they cannot help. Only they can diversify their livelihood activities and agricultural production. But about the soil quality, it's government. And it's not only national government, it's the global practices. So in that juncture, I'm just trying to understand what are the government policy focuses in Thailand. A few, if you can. Thanks a lot.
Dr. Bunjirtluk, you clearly understand the question from Professor Hilal, right? Please unmute your microphone.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Hello. You hear me now?
Okay.
You hear that? Okay. According to the policy of the government that you're talking about, so if you're talking about in Thung Kula Langhai only, and the structure of of the government in agriculture, because in Thailand, we are agricultural land, right? So in every department or every minister, the Minister of Agriculture and Cooperative, we are really focused in the agricultural and cooperative. And also in every department, they work their own duty. So like the soil, we work on the soil quality that you're talking about. In the water, they work on the water management and also the agricultural extension, and they work on the extension to the farmers. So in Thailand, we also work together and we work like a very good system. And so the policy of the government in agricultural part is not really a problem. So we work together. And not only that, the royal family, they focus in agriculture because of we are agricultural land. So in the food security, in my idea, we think that in food security in Thailand, we don't have really big problem. We also have the food, very food enough for all people in our country. So I think that is the policy of the government, and that is very good for us. So I don't know if we answered your question.
May I intervene here, because Dr. Bunjirtluk, I understand that the policy of the Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperatives, in particular for the area of Tung Kula Ronghai, we have many departments, not only land development department, but also other departments. I think that the focus on community, for example, and farmers, how are you going to deal with them? For example, demonstration of soil management in the Tung Kula Ronghai area, how extension officer can meet with farmers and tell them on what to do during let's say rainy season or during the drought period. What shall we do or not do? For example, digging the pond in the area, what kind of pond depth should be, not to interfere with the salt under that. For example, that are very normal practice, I think. And during the drought period, I think that the Land Development Department also requests their research station and extension officer to meet with farmers. I think that can be something that you may elaborate further to answer Professor Hilau's question.
May I contribute to one sentence?
Yes, you will do it, but let Dr. Bunjirtluk respond first.
Oh, yes, I agree with Dr. Chirsa. So when during the dry season, and we have the pond that I told you, the infrastructure, we have the ponds in the field, around Tung Kula Ronghai, and also the drainage system that they can solve the problem, and we work with the water irrigation department to solve the problem of the drought. And also not only rice in the Tung Kula Ronghai that we grow up, and we use sometimes like the drought tolerant in that area too. So anyway, is for the drought problem anyway, and everywhere in the world they have problem. But anyway, we try to solve that kind of problem in the Tung Kula Ronghai area. So, so thank you.
Okay, Professor Hilau, did she respond to your questions?
Yeah, it's partly. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
All right.
So, yeah.
All right. Thank you. Now, Professor Dimen, please.
I just say that one of the advantages of having the royal project in this context is that His Majesty inevitably brings all the different departments together. So he creates, dare I say, something almost like area-based integrated rural development. In the title of CIRDAP, Integrated Rural Development. If His Majesty said we should do this and we should do it together, then the departments more or less have to work together. I don't know in Kularong High whether the Land Development Department created something like in Thai Soon Saksakan Patana development research centers. His Majesty had in Phupan, for instance, in the northeast, the equivalent of Phupan in Kularong High. I suspect what you have is something like that.
Mhm.
That's just an addition. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, any more questions? We still have 10 minutes, please. A very useful discussion so far. Any more comments? Not necessary to be questioned, but comments and so on. Please. I saw many people attending this. So Kylie, you have opportunity to ask Dr. Bunjirtluk in person now, you know, a good opportunity, please. She is the one who know about soil problem in Thailand. So you can ask now, please.
Dr. Chosak, can I ask something?
Yes, yes, please.
It is not a question relating to the talk, but it's more of a general question and also a question relating to my garden. Dr. Bunjirtluk, you are an expert on soils. And I noticed in your presentation, you name certain plants, you know, that can restore the fertility of your soil, the soils, right?
Yes.
In this respect, I think you spoke more of the saline soils, the salty soils, right?
Mhm.
Now, if I have normal soil, garden soil, you know, like you have in your garden, the usual topsoil with a bit of humus, I use that soil to keep on planting vegetable cycle after cycle. And I was told by somebody from a nursery that my soil has exhausted all the humus, topsoil, or whatever, all the fertilizer, all the goodness of the soil. All right. Do you have plants? Name the plants that I can put on this soil to restore the fertility, natural fertility. I don't want artificial chemicals, you know. I dislike chemicals. Do you have things like that? Do you know, because I saw a slide where there are some farmers selling packets of seeds. Do they sell seeds of these plants to restore soil fertility? You know, in Thailand, anywhere? I go to Thailand, you know.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, good. Yeah.
So you mean right now you grow the plants in the pots, right? Or in the garden?
In both pots as well as on the ground, you see.
Yes. Okay. In my idea, I want to recommend you, if you don't want to use the fertilizer, chemical fertilizer, I can recommend you, you can add the manure or the from the cow or the like a soil amendment and and then you can buy it in the market, because if the soil has more organic matter, you have to stir out to organic matter. It should be enough in your soil.
Okay, I tell you, my email is this.
You have more soil quality.
Okay.
Yes, you know, soil quality is when you have the structure, the physical, chemical, and biological properties. But if you have enough, it means that it's okay for your plant.
Okay. I will send my email to everybody. Then can you just type that what do you call the names of the plants to me? You know. Okay, here's my email. You got it?
Yeah, if you the plan is that you can go everywhere, and then you said that if the soil has no condition,
Okay.
it's no problem. You can grow every plant in your soil if you have enough soil organic matter.
Okay. But can you send that name to me? You see my email now? Just now what you mentioned. Did you see my email? wong3921@gmail.com. Can you see it?
Yes,
In the
yes.
chat box. Okay, good. Okay, thank you very much. All right, I solve at least a soil problem, because you are a real soil scientist. I talked to Singapore is not an agriculture country, so the people from the nursery can't tell me a lot.
Yeah, so only you put a soil organic matter is enough, because you write the chemical is okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, any more question? Maybe we can take one more question, please. Anyone would like to ask question or comments? Now it's your opportunity. Okay, if there is no more questions, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank Dr. Bunjirtluk, Jintaridth on her contributions. I think that we will have to engage you with our next event on the area of soil management, not only for Thailand, but also for the CIRDAP member countries in Asia and the Pacific. I would like also to thank all participants for your attending of this webinar and contribute by providing comments and questions which enrich our webinar greatly. As you know, today is not only the World Soil Day, but also Thailand's National Day and Father's Day. I'd like to take this opportunity to wish you many happy Father's Day, and look forward to see you next year webinar. We are going to have a webinar series next year starting in January. So look forward to that. Now, the manager, Maicha, do you have any announcement?
Thank you, Dr. Bunjirtluk, for the lively presentation.
Thank you so much too.
Just before closing the webinar, I would like to let you know all that CIRDAP has its presence on all the social media, on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. So please connect there to keep updated about our projects and what the activities that's going on. So that's all I have to say for this webinar. And thank you for your participation.
Thank you very much. Have a good day, everyone.
Thank you very much.
Good day.
And everybody.
Bye for now. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Thank you.